We'll get to that.
Yeah.
Okay, so timing.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Keep going.
So, how long have you had your roller blaster?
We'll probably had it for about 18 months, maybe.
18 months.
Yep.
And what did you used to do before the
So
roller
before
blaster?
we would, yeah, we're not proud of it, but it's just what everyone did. We'd roll, you'd wash out on someone's back lawn or wash it into a bucket, do the bucket method. All time consuming, driving around with dirty gear.
And so now that you've got the roller blaster, what's your standard scenario? What do you do with your rollers?
Standard scenario for us and all the guys is they put they wrap their sleeves at the end of the job, so they'll finish out their job. They'll get 2 days out of it on the wet sleeve. Then everything comes back here and it gets washed in the roller blaster. We scrub the water and it all goes back out into waste as it's all been washed. What's the word I'm after?
So now you're reclaiming your waste.
So we reclaim the waste. So the water that comes off the blaster machine goes into the reclaimer. All the water's treated. All the solids fall out. They go into the bottom. When we get to 600 litres, it gets treated. The clean stuff comes off the top, goes out into the waste, which is clean, and then the slop that's left behind, the residue, gets scooped out, put into a bucket, back to resin.
And they recycle it.
They recycle it, or they dry it out. It goes into lots of different stuff. Yeah.
Fantastic. So you've gone from putting shit into the environment to
Yep.
taking shit out of the environment.
Absolutely. And because we were part of the Resine Eco Decorator movement, which is great, this is what we're expected to do. And hand on heart now, I don't feel bad about anything going into someone's grass, going down the drain. Yeah.
And so as far as, actually that must feel really good.
It does feel real good.
Sort of, the bit, I almost see it as like the dirty secret of the painting industry.
Yeah.
And
No one wants to know.
no one wants to know, no one wants to see it, and it's kind of nice that now you don't have that. You can be open and
Yeah.
and
No one likes to go outside and see their prize roses purple.
Yeah,
orange.
exactly.
Yep.
So, as far as savings goes, when we're talking labour and sleeves, have you noticed a difference?
Yeah. I think the quality of sleeves are probably not what they used to be. So, but we still get to use them more with being washed. So, we would probably scrub. We would save probably, I'd say, around 70%.
70% sleeves reused.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. And when they're about roughly for a good sleeve about $10 each, it's a pretty big saving with 10 guys over a year.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and even to the point where the blaster, even if they've been left in the sun a little bit, it takes all the hard stuff off. So before that, if they had a bit of hard on it, she's out the door.
So what? And have you noticed labour savings as well?
Yeah. So to clean one sleeve by hand, so you hand scrape the worst of it back into the bucket, and then you would either put it in a 10 litre of water and scrub it with your hand, and then hold it up. And we would probably use 30 litres of water, I reckon, easily to do one sleeve. Now we're down to, what's the stats?
About 3 litres.
3 litres from woe to go finish, and it's like mint.
And so, we know the roller blast is 40 seconds.
Yep.
Before, how many minutes was it?
Oh, I'd say, time-wise, you'd probably spend easily 10 plus minutes a sleeve, and even then it's not, So in that time, you could have actually, done quite a few through your machine, and it's, the guys will come back, so they'll leave the job at the end of the day. They don't have to stop early to wash their gear out, and at the end of the day, in the morning, they'll come here, unwrap their sleeve, whack it in there, they're gone out the door.
Perfect.
Easy. Yep.
And so, so you got about 10 guys.
Yep.
You've had it about 18 months.
Yep.
You're saving 70% of your sleeves.
Yep.
And your labour's gone from 10 minutes to 1 minute.
Yeah.
If you had to put a dollar figure on that, what would that be?
That would actually be lots. I wouldn't my maths on the spot's not that flash, but or just in, like, even if you just looked at one man for a day, if he did 3 multiple colours, and he would spend in and out of them, and he sealed the job, you know, so he might have 4 sleeves in a day that would normally take an hour of his day, and then it's still not that well washed because you would put them in the old cleaner that you plugged into the hose, and that would just be litres and litres going back into the environment of dirty water. And then the time factor, it would have to be at least an hour per guy a day, just, you know, if you're doing lots
So
of lots.
you're talking thousands and thousands of dollars.
Yeah, absolutely. And even if you know, even if you only get the sleeve go through even twice before you hit it, it's a great, you know, it's a great saving.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So you got the roller blaster, you got it set up. We're going to show a sleeve going through it soon so everyone can see it. If you had to pick the best thing about the roller blaster,
Yep.
as far as your business goes, what would it be?
Actually, the environmental impact or lack of now. I never come from a solvent background, using a lot of solvents. We always used to have to tip them off and then someone would come and collect them. You don't have that, you know, because it's only water-based. People like, she's right, she'll just mow it into the ground somewhere, you know. So you know, for me, it's the fact that I don't have to feel bad that someone's washing it off into someone's lawn. It's going to the water table. You know, it's not good for the environment. I mean, I'm no hard out greenie, but it just feels good. You know?
Awesome, man. Awesome.
Yep.
Can't ask for more than that.
Yep.
All right, cool.
Sweet.
That's Brian Hewitt from P2P in Palmy.